What's up? Welcome to another collective video. I haven't done any really meditating or anything, grounding, so I have no clue what we're going to be talking about today. Sometimes when I meditate or ground, I can totally see what's going to be happening, but no clue. No clue. I totally recommend, while you watch this, if you want to, drink water. It is so good. Like, it really is something that is to me, it's a missing link. Oops. My bad. They were totally upside down. I do that sometimes, like a photographer, sometimes they leave that cap on. Okay. I'm gonna give my throat a minute. What popped up right away is the Eight of Swords. There is some kind of hesitation that you're going through right now. I'm getting decision making. Like you are really close to figuring it out, but you have to allow yourself to experience what it is that it's like, how would I put this? You need to put it all together. You need to do all of the different parts that you're doing right now separately and form them all together in like a cute little hybrid baby. And what this is going to do when you form everything together, because what I'm getting is that this hesitation is coming from not acting at all. Like you are choosing to sit down instead of walk a couple steps forward and maybe make a mistake. When I said that, maybe make a mistake, this puppy popped right out. Two of Cups. So, making mistakes. Yep, I totally thought so. So, the Moon and the Strength. There is something that you have the ability to get under control in a way of making friends with it, in a way of not contradicting it, but coming together and realizing that it's just as an equal part and important part as any other part in this whole thing that you're doing. So when it comes to really learning how to figure out with the mistakes, how to figure out how to actually like appreciate them. I mean, that's cool. So that burp was significant when it came to what I just said. When you appreciate your mistakes. Right now, what you're doing with your mistakes is you're holding on to them and you're not allowing yourself to learn from them. Just by you trying it again, whatever it is that you're trying, is you giving it another shot. Is you allowing yourself to take the guidance and to go with the flow of that guidance. Because right now, what I'm getting is that this is more so needing to look at it in more of a physical aspect and less in terms of emotional, more logistical way of looking at it, reasoning than emotional reasoning. Because there's something about you having the ability to give to others the world. Like, you have the ability to give to others the world that they truly seek to be in. But this won't be able to get to fruition because there is something that you're doing when it comes to you using more of your time and energy for others than for yourself. Looking at yourself in the mirror with more of a appreciation for what didn't go right, and looking at it in a way of appreciating yourself at the time, and giving yourself, when you look in the mirror, kind of like just like look in the mirror, right? This is a mirror. You're looking at it and you're thinking to yourself the you in the past. And when you think about yourself in the past, say words of appreciation that kind of hit home for you specifically. I like to deal with the chakras when it comes to kind of finding specific affirmations to go off of, because I like to kind of work with my chakras a lot. But what this will allow you to do is to experience, in a way, time jumping. Like, what you're doing is you're giving your past self words of affirmations that you didn't before, and now you can. And this will allow your past self to feel a lot more sturdy in the connection with your present self and your past self. It's cool. Yo, because as long as you appreciate yourself fully, there's like nothing that could knock you down and like keep you down. It might knock you down, but you'll get back up because you have that kind of empowerment within you. Nine of Pentacles. It's like you're on the next length. Like you're leveling up in the physicality of this kind of like what you're working on, what you're hesitating on finishing. And there's something to do with being the student, but you've graduated in terms of the student into the apprentice. And so now you're at this like, you've gone through enough experience being the student and going through all those lessons where you had like a guide to help you, and now you're on your own more than anything as the apprentice, and you're understanding what it's like to have, like, how would I put this? You're understanding what it's like to act in tapping into the reality that you want with kind of the projects that you want to finish, that you're hesitating on finishing. So I see the star. Like, there is something to do with projects and finishing them where it's like you're tapping into a whole new kind of dimension inside of you, like a whole new perspective of creating from a place that you haven't been before because you went through all that schooling, all that lessons. School. I love school. We have the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. So now this is the time, right? When you feel hesitation, this is the time for you to actually acknowledge that hesitation and appreciate it. Because when it comes to hesitation, okay, there is this type of fear that kind of stirs up a little bit of trouble. And so with this hesitation, in terms of like confronting it or bringing it out into like where you can see it, more so looking at shadow work as a way to look at where this hesitation, this fear is coming from. I highly, highly recommend shadow work as a way to discover more about your psyche, your individual, cute, authentic. I don't know why I just said cute, but yeah, cute, sure. Let's go with that. But your authentic kind of nature. There's something that it's kind of like you're not seeing, because this fear and this hesitation is kind of like putting some kind of like a blanket over your eyes, and it's making it hard for you to really see which way to go in terms of it. I'm getting also that it feels a lot like it's like you're rushing, and there's not really a great plan laid out. I wonder if right now also to help minimize or to help honestly dissipate that fear is to lay down more of an organized plan that will give you a bit more of a clear idea with where you're at now. Because I think more than anything, what I'm like seeing through this reading is that the hesitation is from the confusion that you're like telling yourself in the subconscious way. And it's like you're forming beliefs that are contradicting the, in a way, type of process you need to finish what you've started. So right now, a really great thing to focus on is what in this process, what in this process is making it uncomfortable, okay? And when you look at the uncomfortable, then you have to find a way to appreciate the uncomfortability. You have to find a way to appreciate the fear of what is coming up. And this, honestly, what I'm getting is that it's like you're more so reassuring this fear that, yo, I got this, baby. Like, I know you want to take that wheel and I know you want to take a drive, but it's my turn to take the wheel. It's my turn to take a drive. So you sit down, fear, okay, over here, and just have fun while I take us for a little drive, something like that. So it's about really, I see more than anything, you're learning how to gain control of this whole kind of back and forth, going, not going, going, not going, and learning how to eventually get to that just flowing. Like it's a steady flow. It might not be super fast, or it might be like you realize that it's going to take a lot longer in terms of like actual reality. You know, if you want to have a lot of followers on YouTube, it's going to take a couple years for you to get to know yourself and your channel and everything like that. And it's almost as if I'm getting that you have these hopes that somehow bring up this hesitation, and then you kind of like stop and you're like, I don't know enough. And then eventually you get to a place where you're like, I know enough. Like, I don't know why I didn't I don't know why I told myself I didn't know enough when I knew enough. And so it's like you're now bringing awareness of the capability that you are capable of doing it. And absolutely kind of like, it's like once you do it, it's even better than you perceived. Like even better. Like you're even better doing it than you perceived. Anyway, so that's the reading that I have for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Look at all these cards. Aren't they beautiful? This is your reading, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in the next collective video. Until next time, drink some water, you know? It's good. Good for ya. Bye.